I have a friend who manages money for ultra-high net worth individuals. A few years ago, he told me a story about a client worth over $20 million. They were scheduled to meet for lunch, and my friend fully expected this guy to pull up in a brand new sports car and suggest an expensive fine dining restaurant. Instead, the millionaire pulled up in a 6-year-old Toyota SUV and suggested they grab a simple sandwich at a local deli. He was not trying to be cheap, and he certainly was not struggling. He just completely understood the difference between buying value and buying status. Today, we are going to look at the specific things that actual millionaires absolutely refuse to spend their money on. These are the silent rules of wealth that keep the rich getting richer while the middle class stays trapped in the rat race. Welcome to Invest to Freedom. I am Frank. Before we expose the spending secrets of the truly wealthy, I want to hear from you. What is one popular thing society tells us we need to buy, but you personally think is a complete waste of money? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you are ready to stop faking it and start building real generational wealth, hit that subscribe button right now. Let us get straight into the list. The first thing wealthy people refuse to buy is the annual technology upgrade. Every single September, massive tech companies roll out their newest smartphones. The upgrades are almost entirely microscopic. A slightly better camera lens, a slightly faster processor, or a new titanium color. The average consumer rushes out to finance this new phone for $1,000, trading in a perfectly good device just to have the latest status symbol. Wealthy people view technology as a tool, not a fashion statement. If their current phone makes calls, sends emails, and browses the internet effectively, they keep it until it completely dies. They refuse to pay a premium just to beta test a new device every 12 months. They keep that $1,000 and invest it into companies that actually build the phones. The second thing they refuse to buy is storage units for excess stuff. The storage unit industry in America is a multi-billion-dollar business built entirely on consumer denial. People buy so much junk that it physically cannot fit inside their homes, so they rent a metal box on the edge of town for $200 a month just to house things they never look at. Wealthy people audit their lives ruthlessly. If an item is not useful or deeply meaningful, it is sold or donated. They absolutely refuse to pay a monthly subscription fee to hoard depreciating liabilities. If you have to rent a separate building just to hold your extra stuff, you do not own your possessions. Your possessions own you. The third massive drain that wealthy people avoid is the daily convenience trap. Specifically, food delivery applications. Modern society has normalized paying $30 for a cold hamburger to be delivered to your doorstep just to avoid a 10-minute drive. You are paying a service fee, a delivery fee, a driver tip, and an inflated menu price. It is the absolute worst return on investment imaginable. While wealthy people certainly value their time and will happily pay for services that free up hours of their day, they refuse to be mathematically robbed by convenience fees on basic daily necessities. They meal prep, they buy groceries, or they simply drive to the restaurant to pick up the food themselves. Number 4 is fast fashion and giant designer logos. If you walk through a high-end shopping mall, you will see t-shirts that cost $500 simply because they have a massive luxury brand name plastered across the chest. The people buying these are usually middle-class consumers desperate to look wealthy. The actually wealthy people wear high-quality, unbranded basics. They care about the fabric, the stitching, and how long the garment will last. They calculate the cost per wear. A solid, well-made jacket that costs $300 and lasts 10 years is far cheaper than a trendy $50 jacket that falls apart in the washing machine after 2 months. Wealthy people refuse to act as unpaid walking billboards for luxury corporations. The fifth item they refuse to buy is high annual fee status credit cards that do not mathematically justify their cost. We all know those exclusive metal credit cards that charge $600 or $700 a year just to hold them in your wallet. The average person buys into the marketing because pulling out a heavy metal card at a restaurant feels powerful. Wealthy people do not care about the flex. They run the math. If they do not travel enough to use the airport lounges, or if the cashback rewards do not exceed the annual fee, they immediately cancel the card. They refuse to pay a bank a yearly premium simply for the privilege of feeling important. Number 6 is get rich, quick masterclasses, and secret wealth courses. The internet is flooded with fake gurus standing in front of rented exotic cars, promising to teach you the secret to making $10,000 a week for just a small fee of $997. Wealthy people completely ignore this noise because they know a fundamental truth. There are no secrets to wealth. True wealth is built through highly predictable, incredibly boring actions. It is built through spending less than you earn, buying broad market index funds, acquiring real estate, and letting time and compound interest do the heavy lifting. They invest their money in proven assets, not in the empty promises of internet salesmen. The seventh thing they refuse to spend money on is first-class domestic flights on their own dime. Unless the flight is international and they absolutely need to sleep before a massive business deal, most millionaires are sitting right back in economy class with everyone else for a 2-hour flight. Paying $1,000 extra for 3 additional inches of legroom and a free glass of cheap champagne is a terrible allocation of capital. They endure the minor discomfort for 2 hours and keep their money working for them in the market. The ultimate difference between the middle class and the wealthy comes down to one simple question. When the middle class looks at a purchase, they ask, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" When the wealthy look at a purchase, they ask, "Is this bringing actual value to my life?" Stop trading your future financial freedom for temporary comfort and fake status. Make the shift today. Stop consuming, start investing, and guard your money fiercely. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Keep your expenses low and keep your investments growing. I am Frank. This is Invest to Freedom, and I will see you in the next one.